Hello students, we are back and this time with some interesting and but very simple experiments. You are seeing this bottle, you know what I am going to talk about. I am going to talk about electrostatic or static electricity. And you would have done this experiment or seen this experiment number of times, but let me demonstrate it one more time for you. I got this PVC rod and this woolen cloth, and let's create that magic that you are all familiar with. If you see the foil, it is deflecting, not so much, yeah, better this time. Let me change the material. I got this Teflon rod and same material. Let's see what happens this time. Okay, deflection happening. Okay, yeah, it's kind of lot actually. If I move this around, you see it's significant one. The next material is nylon, and I got two nylon rods, one with the smaller diameter. Let me start with that and let's see what happens this time. Kind of more or less remains. So where I have not rubbed, it is not showing any deflection, but where I have rubbed, the deflection is there. So let me try to rub it across the length of it. What I want to demonstrate is that it works only on the area that you have rubbed. Okay, it's gone. I have not rubbed this time because I was holding from here. Moment it come here, deflection goes away, right? So that is the meaning of static electricity. It does not flow. Even though there is a charge here, there is no charge here, and it's a non-metal. So anyway, the charges are not going to flow. I want to try with this. I will just rub the tip of the rod. Okay, and deflection goes away. There is no deflection here, and deflection comes back. Okay, so much so. Now, so we looked at induction of the charge by this thing. You have to tell me if there was a difference in the deflection between PVC, nylon and Teflon, where it should have been more. If you are read about triboelectric effect, and if you are read about which material have a higher tendency to lose electron or gain electron, you would be able to answer that. I hope that you would have covered that portion in your classroom session. Now let's move on to some other experiment on the similar thing. This can roll using static electricity. So I am going to do the same thing, take a PVC rod and rub it on this woolen cloth, get it charged, and let's see what happens now. The can gets attracted towards PVC rod. I will repeat this experiment, same demonstration with the Teflon rod now. Let's see what happens. Okay. It went with slightly more velocity. What about the nylon big rod? So my question is very simple. If we charge these rods using this by rubbing it on the woolen cloth or on the any other silk cloth which loses the electron or gains electron, will there be a situation where the can will get repelled by the rod and will not attracted by the rod? And if you know the answer, please write that answer in the comment section below. Now I will move on to my favorite experiment on static electricity. It's a very simple experiment, but it combines slightly different concept and it brings us into the space of chemistry. So let's look at that experiment now. For this demonstration, I will turn the tap on and have a very light or thin stream of water running. Okay, that should be good enough, and let me do the same thing. Let me charge these rods with static electricity and bring them to water. And let's see what happens. So, you are seeing the water is getting deflected, right? Again, the side which is not charged is not getting deflected on that. So, it has to be something to do with the static electricity, some kind of charge which is there. So, my question now is this: will this happen if this fluid is oil or if this fluid is alcohol? Okay. Now, wait, I am not done as yet. I am going to increase the flow of water and we will try to do the same experiment. Let us see what happens this time. Will this work? Will this cause a deflection? It is doing bit of a deflection, but not the whole lot. Let me try the thicker nylon rod and see if does this make any difference this time. Yeah, it did. It did. The deflection was more compared to what we saw in the PVC one. So, let me keep on increasing. At some point it is still deflecting a bit, if not much, and at certain point you do not see any deflection. Now, when the stream was very thin, it was showing us a substantial deflection because of when we brought this charge rod closer to the stream. When we increase the rate of flow, the deflection stopped. There was no deflection of water. Now, can you explain as to what happens when we increase the flow of water? Think about it and let me know your answers in the comment section. We will be back soon with yet another interesting experiment on science. I always say science is fun learning with experiment, be it physics, be it chemistry or be it biology. We are making these videos so that science learning can be fun and enjoyable. If you like our videos, please subscribe and don't forget to press on the bell icon so that you can keep getting the updates about our latest videos and experiments.